Killer Piñata is one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but it's so fun. It's so good. I definitely recommend it. If you like what I do, and you want to see more of these ghastly, abysmal, godforsaken abominations labeled movies, then consider subscribing and click the bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. And let me know in the comments what you think. Did I miss something? Is there anything else that you might have noticed? And your overall thoughts on these so-called movies. And let me know what other movies you want me to review next. According to IMDb, the description goes, a possessed piñata seeking to avenge the savagery that humanity has inflicted upon his kind picks off a group of friends one by one in an unending night of terror. It is something that I definitely recommend. There are so many things wrong with this movie that I wouldn't change a single thing. Don't you agree with me? Yeah, you do, huh? This is one of those movies on Amazon that is so bad, it's up there as one of the greats. Just like Lamageddon, Killer Sofa, it's like those bad Amazon movies. For some reason, Amazon just has a whole collection of movies that are beyond the imagination of terribleness and awful, awful, awful filmmaking. But I need those movies. I live and thrive watching those horrible pieces of shit. There are so many things wrong with this movie, but I wouldn't change a single one of those things. Everything's wrong with this movie. The characters, the direction, the acting, the cinematography, everything is bad. But at the same time, this is what gives it its character. This is what gives it its identity. So the movie basically is about this possessed piñata that lives in like a party supply store ran by an old Cuban lady that apparently is also a monster hunter. She keeps this piñata in her store and tells her employees not to sell this piñata. But when somebody comes offering to buy this piñata, the employee sells it to them because he's willing to pay. Now, later on, the old lady comes back and says, "Why did you sell the piñata? You weren't supposed to do that." But what I understand is that if you have a possessed, deadly piñata in your store, in your party supply store, why would you even consider keeping it there instead of keeping it somewhere safe, like a basement or a safe, or destroy it? Or why do you keep it in a party supply store where it will most likely be sold for a party? Like, I don't get it. Why is that there? So she's surprised when it's sold, but it's like, lady, why did you keep that there? Anyways, so the piñata is sold and she has to track down who bought the piñata so she can retrieve the piñata before it can go about killing more people. In the beginning of the movie, she comes out and she has a hook for her hand, and that's the best part. The hook is something that I was not expecting at first, but it wouldn't be the same movie without that lady with the hook. It's so cheesy and so ridiculous, but it just wouldn't be the same. This character needs to have that hook for the hand. So in the beginning of the movie, she's in her store and she sees something has occurred, which is a murder. So she goes around the store looking for what she suspects is the piñata, walking around the whole store with the hook. So we're already off to a fantastic, great start. The guy that bought the piñata took it to his house for his kids and the party they were having. So she goes to inquire with the employee, who is it that bought this piñata? So the employee tells her information about who bought this piñata.
¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está la piñata? El burro.
They sold it.
So she goes around town looking for the piñata. She goes to a party, starts slashing up a piñata with her hook hand like this, terrifying everybody.
Where is the donkey?
I don't know where the donkey is.
You lied!
Why would I lie about that?
Oh, coño, destruido, destruido, coño!
Stop! Stop! Stop it!
What the hell's going on out here?
Nope. Feliz cumpleaños.
A crazy lady going around birthday party in the park, just going all over town like this with the hook and slashing up all kinds of things like that. I mean, how can you not like a movie with this premise? I mean, really, you know.
Yeah. Take me with you. I can help you defeat this evil.
If they kill me, who will run the store?
If they kill you, who will defeat this evil?
I will kill it. But I may sacrifice myself in the process. I must vote.
I think there are more important things than who will watch the store. But anyways, so she goes around town looking for the piñata, and later on when she's able to track down the piñata, she goes to the house where the piñata is being kept at, and she just walks in there like a crazy lady with the hook like that, you know, and she terrifies these people.
¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está la piñata? Trap him inside this house, and I will perform this ceremony at the Chapanture and send this cursed soul back to hell. I am not your enemy, but you will regret engaging me.
Please let us go!
Stupida! I am not the maniac. The maniac is la piñata, the most deadly of all piñatas in el mundo, who lives for one reason, for revenge. A revenge that even he can fully understand.
And she's walking around talking about the piñata, that it's cursed, and you better watch out. And she tells him a story, which for some reason in movies like this, there's always a little segment that's an animation, just like in Lamageddon, which maybe that's just some kind of trope or some kind of thing that happens in these movies. But anyways, so there's a little story like that explaining what happens to the piñata. So the piñata comes and stabs her, and she goes, "Ay, coño!" Well, apparently she's Cuban. She's a Cuban monster hunter like the way I am. And the reason I know that because coño is a phrase when spoken like that is said by Cubans. Because that word, yes, exists in other Spanish areas. But Cubans use that to mean kind of like, holy shit. And so it's like, coño. And so I was like, well, I don't know. I just thought that was amusing. So I guess I'm not the only Cuban monster hunter. She was the best part of the movie, and now they kill her. So now it's like, well, we're stuck with these other characters, I suppose. But anyways, so the piñata's after the two main characters. After a battle and such, the piñata seems to have gotten destroyed, but you know how that goes. That's never the case. So during the battle between the two main characters and the piñata, the main girl character is like sitting up like this, and then in the background you can see the piñata get up, just like how they do in Halloween. So it's a little parody there. So I thought that was pretty good. But anyways, they battle, and at the end, the piñata is supposedly destroyed, but you know how that goes. And then the movie goes on, and then that's the end. But it's really fun. It's really fun. I definitely recommend it. If you like these kind of movies, and you like watching these like very budget, amateur, low quality horror movies, like Baby's First horror movie, you know, then I would definitely recommend it because it's absolutely horrible dog diarrhea, but it's great. So the movie, yes, is it realistic? Well, no, the characters don't behave in a realistic way, especially the main old woman character, but she's great, but that's exactly how I want it to be. So no, it's not realistic. Is it coherent? Well, it's somewhat, not entirely. The writing in the story, well, it's average. It's not very good. There's some good moments in there with dialogue, little funny things and witty things. But overall, no, it's not great. Cinematography is god-awful. It looks like it's recorded with a potato. I don't understand why movies like this look so bad. They look so bad. They look like they were recorded in 1870. Like it I don't you don't have to have a state of the art camera. Even a phone will look better than that. And the thing is that even if it was recorded with the phone, let's just say it was. Okay. There are so many things you can do to make it look better. You can change the lighting. You can color grade it with free software on the computer. There are so many things you can do, but for some reason, they all look horrible. They all look amateur. Again, it all looks like baby's first movie, which, I mean, I guess, whatever, but there are so many things you can do that doesn't cost money that will improve the quality image. But anyways, costumes and props. Well, again, I have to give it to the old lady, the old Cuban lady. Her outfit and hook is just fantastico. So that's great. And then the acting, well, the acting's bad, but what do you expect? You don't want good acting in this. You want good acting, go watch something else. Go watch, Casablanca or Citizen Kane or I don't know, something else. But don't watch this. You come here for the bad acting. Come on, But the acting es calidad, pero malo calidad. Anyways, that's Killer Piñata, and I definitely recommend it. Well, I'll see you later.